Shut up and sit down.
Yo people, welcome back to the hardware review, and this time we're looking at something a little bit different. It's from Aresvapor. I always turn into a pirate when I say it. And naturevape, Mark from naturevape. It is called the Nest. Has caused a little bit of a stir in the vape world. It's a little bit different. It's a bit of innovation. It's vertical mesh. There's loads of stuff that you actually get with it. So we're not going to do like we normally do. This is the box. This is everything you do in the game box. We're going to show you around it. Yes. We're going to have a little look around the Nest, and then I'm going to do you a build. But I'm not going to put any music to the build. I'm going to talk to you. Yes, we're going to have a little bit of one-on-one time. So Paul McCartney will be really happy there's no music to it. So let's get this review on the road, people. Let's go. So the Nest RDA, I'm not going to do this is the box, this is everything you get in the box, because there is quite a lot in this box. Tells you it is the Nest. This is the matte black one. You do get it in stainless steel as well. You've got aresvapor.com, their website, and you've got naturevape's logo. You've got their logos on that side. Some more bump on that side. Now, on the back, tells you a list of all the contents. You do get the Nest RDA. You get some organic cotton. You get some cotton pieces. 2 stainless steel mesh strips. Then 0.2 ohms. You get 1 nichrome, that is 0.19 ohms. You get 1 canthal, that is 2 ohms. You get a slotted screwdriver, 4 slotted screws. You get a coil jig. Every time I say that, I think of an Irish dance. Diddle-eye, diddle-eye, diddle-eye. You get a user manual, a warranty card, 2 sets of additional rings, and it tells you the dimensions. It is a 25mm Atty. Right, let's have a little look inside. They was not fibbing. You do get your manual. Make sure you read it. Your warranty card. In your little box of goodies. You do get your strips of cotton and your emuji. Now, they do 3 sets of cotton. They do alginate, I think that's how you say it, and that is actually seaweed. You get hemp, and you also get pulp. You can get them from Nature Vapes. You've also got a bag of spares, some O-rings and some screws. You then get your mesh. You've got your nichrome. I'm surprised they haven't put 2 in like they did with the stainless steel. Can't see it costing that much more. There you go, that's your 2 of your stainless steel. You've also got your canthal in this side. Without me tipping the RD out. You get your coil jig, which I'll show you how you use in a second. You get your screwdriver. This one's a keeper. It's not one of them blue ones that you get in crackers, so it's a keeper. And the star of the show, the Nest. Now, it is going to be a little bit hard to see because it is that matte black. But as you can see, you've got your engraving there. You've got your Nest, and then sort of at the top and the bottom, you've got like a Nest design. On the bottom, does tell you that it is Aresvapor. I do end up turning into some sort of pirate. Nature Vape, don't vape in a bin. Your kite marks. Mine was 674 off the production line. And then you've got aresvapor.com. Excuse me. You've got a gold-plated adjustable 510, and it is protruding. Right, let's stick this on an Atty stand. Dillygaff Porter Piston Atty stand. You can get them on Facebook. Go and check him out. Not only are they great stands, but he's a lovely bloke as well. Right, screw that on. There we go. You'll be able to see. That's the airflow. It is mirrored on both sides, and it does lock off. There we go. It is an 810 drip tip. It's one of them with like a cap on it. Like that. So it is interchangeable. 810 drip tip. There we go. If we take this off, the star of the show, the deck itself. There we go. Now the bit in the middle. There we go. Turn that off. This is what fits round your actual coil and your mesh. Sorry, your coil and your cotton. So you get your mesh strip, you put that around, when it focuses, you put that around there. Then you put your mesh strip, your actual cotton strip around it, fit that on like that, and then that fits into the middle, like so. I will be doing a build to show you how that actually works, and I will talk you through it. I won't just put some music to it. So Paul McCartney will be really, really happy. So that's the deck itself. So like I said, that fits in. Then your coils, the actual legs of your coil will go across there. It is vertical. So your airflow's coming in from the bottom, through there in the middle, and straight through the center of your coil. So like I said, you fits in there like that. Put your coil legs across, and then on the outer bit, that's where you pack your cotton as well. You don't overpack it. Again, I'll show you. So that's the deck itself. So I'll tell you what, let's go and put a build in this. So first things first, before you do anything, get your coil jig, get your mesh. This is the stainless steel. There we go. As the coiling tool just, or the jig starts rolling off. Just put it around like that. So simple, like so. Just give it a little bit of a rub around, and it just gives it that shape. There we go. So it'll end up with just like that little curvature that you've got there. And then what you do is you put it backwards onto the RDA itself. Put it on a mod, roughly around about between 10 and 15 watts, and then give it a bit of a pulse. Now that's just getting any impurities that are off of it, anything that's been from the factory. It just takes it off of it. So that's your first step. So I hope you're all sitting nice and comfortably. What I do first is I get the strip, wrap it round the actual tool, like so, just roughly what I think I'm going to need. Now I have seen some people wrapping it all the way around. I don't do that. There we go. Put that bit across there. So then I've roughly got the size of the strip I'm going to use. So get your mesh, put your mesh on. Now I will tell you, it can be a little bit of a nightmare with the strips falling apart. They do move a little bit, so just be careful. Line it up with the mesh itself, make sure you've got it in the center. Like so. Keep hold of both sides. And then just wrap it around. Don't worry about it. If you've got some like little extra bits, you can cut them off. Like so. You've got your two legs. Make sure you've got your two legs there. Push that to the end. Now you've got your little clasp. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a lot easier put it together if you line it up with the legs at the beginning and then just push it in like so. There we go. Now we have got a little bit of extra there. Don't worry about that. Just pull that in a little bit. What you can do with that is just trim it off. Like so. So that's basically ready now to go into your RDA. Make sure if you are doing it directly onto an RDA that you have it turned off. Now the legs themselves, you're better off bending them now. So just get a, there we go, bend that down like so, and bend that one down like so. And then make sure it's obviously married up to where the here we are. Pull that a bit around there. Oh. Dropped it. Sorry, I'm trying to do it on camera. It is a lot harder than when having it a little bit closer to you. I'm trying to do it so if it slips in. There we are. And we're in. Now a bit of a sort of tip that I've sort of got with this is to keep the tool in there and hold the actual the sort of like, I keep wanting to say sheath, and I don't know why I want to keep saying sheath. The clasp, hold the clasp as well and just push it down like that. I've found it a lot easier. So while that's in there, just bend that around and tuck it off into that side. I'll use the tweezers, might be a bit easier. There we are. Tuck that in there. Makes it a bit easier. And again with this one, just bend it round and tuck it in. Go on, you buggering thing. Sounded like my mum then, that's so go on, you buggering thing. Like I said, it's so much easier when you're not having to try and do it over the top of it. But we're on camera. Got the shakes, and I've not been drinking all sober October. There we are. And we're in. So that's all in. Again, like I said, make sure that you're leaving that coiling tool in there and you're holding. This is how I do it. And you're holding it in. Right, we're ready to screw down. Again, make sure you got that coiling tool in and you're holding it. It means then that it's not going to lose its shape as you tighten it. Don't over tighten it as well, because you feel that it'll pull in. You'll be able to see in the bottom, it's not touching. There we go. Push that in there. Let's give these a little bit of a trim. And we're on to the second bit now. So the second bit is to get some cotton. I've got some cotton bacon. Make sure that you fluff this out. Don't be sticky. If you're using like cotton bacon or whatever, make sure you fluff it out. Give it a good old fluff out. And again, you don't have to really worry about it, putting it in. Just get it lined up. And just put it in. There we go. Now don't... There's a fine line with it. You need to have some pressure up against the other one, against this part of the coil, but you don't want to be overly packing it. And you can add to it as well. So if you cut it a little bit short or whatever, you can add to it. Right, and what we do now is get some juice. Where have I put my juice? It is here somewhere. Ah, knocked it over. We're using some Crimson Seed by Rochford Project. And then it's going to take a load of juice. Let it soak in. I may fast forward this a little bit for it soaking in. Now, when you have put it in, I recommend you leave it for about 5 minutes to let it start soaking in to the inner core of it. So that's roughly the build itself. That's what you do. Let's go back up top and talk about it. So that was the Nest. Yes, it is a little bit different, as you've seen. Now, first of all, you might look and think, God, that looks massively complicated. It can be a little bit fiddly. Now, if you have got problems with your hands, like arthritis and stuff like that, it may not be an RDA for you, but I have heard on the grapevine that he is going to be making pre-made coils, so that could help you a little bit. It is a little bit fiddly. I'm not the greatest with my hands. Even when it comes down to mouth to lung coils, I have a little bit of trouble with it. So it is a little bit fiddly, but once you've used it a few times, you're going to get the hang of it, should we say. The hang of it. Now, I didn't use the O-rings. A lot of people are using the O-rings now. And if you want to get over to Mark NatureVape's channel, he's done a build tutorial. God, I'm getting the big words out just lately. It's because I'm doing that Sober October. He's doing a build tutorial. It doesn't sound right. He's showing you how to build it over on his channel. And he's put an O-ring, actually, on the coiling tool. And then lets you actually wrap the strip of cotton around it. And then slide it off that way. We didn't do it quite like that, as you saw. Now, one of the big cons I will say about them strips is that they seem to just fall apart, and it can make it a little bit of a nightmare. You can use Muji, but I would say that when they're redoing these or maybe looking at them, is to maybe make it somehow that these stick together, or at least the ends or something, because it can be a little bit of a nightmare. They do spread, but you can use Muji. Plenty of options on that as well. You've got the what's it called? I'm going to call it aggregate then, which that is definitely not what it's called. You have got the agranite. I'm probably saying it wrong, which is seaweed. You've then got hemp, and you've also got pulp, which is wood pulp. So you've got a different set of actual wicking material. You've also got a set of different mesh coils. You've got the canthal. You've got the stainless steel, and you've also got the nichrome. So, and you can get them all from NatureVape as well. I've been using the stainless steel. The actual nest itself is really, really well built. The whole thing is really well built, well machined. 810 drip tip, no problem with that. You can put your own on there. The airflow locks off. Now, there is two little grooves that I didn't show you on the actual review. When I did the up and close, you'll see there's two grooves. The only thing you're going to do is make sure that you're marrying up your gap in your top cap and your actual airflow, and just push it down. You'll see that it fits in and it locks off. The deck itself, it's innovation. It's totally different. You've got a vertical mesh. Like I said, once you've got the hang of actually building it, it isn't that bad. Again, when you put in the your actual cotton round the side of it, make sure you spread it. Don't overly pack it, because remember, that's feeding the middle of that coil. On that mesh, it's feeding it that juice. Now, you're getting probably about 15 to 20 hits before you're actually going to need to actually drip on it. Now, you can't really drip. You've got to go around the side, because if you're going to drip on it, it's going to go straight down the centre and out of your airflow. So you're going to have to take the cap off and drip it round. Now, when you first do it, make sure that you wait for at least 5 minutes, go back to it, make sure that it's soaked it all up, and then put some more on it. I've worked out that roughly around 60 watts is the best for the flavour and for the clouds. Let's give it a vape and see what we think. Really good clouds and really good flavour. I've got no problem with the clouds or the flavour from it. The airflow is a little bit noisy. Listen. Now that's wide open. I don't mind it wide open. Now if we just sort of like half close it down. There we go. You're getting a little bit more of a warmer vape. But for me, I like an airy vape. I do really like an airy vape. So let's wrap this all up. Decent clouds, decent flavour. It is a little bit fiddly. Some people are not going to like that fact. Some people aren't going to like the fact that it's mesh. I'm not a big mesh fan myself. I've always said that on the reviews that I've done on mesh. Some people aren't going to like it, it's mesh. Some people aren't going to like it because it is a little bit fiddly, but it is good news that I've heard on the grapevine that he is going to be bringing out pre-made coils. That's going to help a lot of people. Well built, decent flavour, decent clouds. It's something a little bit different. And it's not the same thing where you've got this deck coming out or that deck coming out, postless here, velocity style here. It's totally different, and it's not the bang standard mesh either. You've not just got it domed over, it is vertical. So it's nice to see something coming out a little bit different. Well, this has been another review by Little Bro Vape. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you do, make sure you like, subscribe and share. The subscribe button's in the corner. Give a little press to get me to that new magic number. I'm on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to join the madness that is Little Bro and support the channel, press that join button. Big shout out to Mark from naturevape for sending this out for review. And there's one last thing to say, people. Keep them juices flowing. Don't forget to check out my latest video. Also, don't forget to check out 3 Men and a Vape Show live at 8 PM every Wednesday. And also, if you've enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe, ring that notification bell, and we'll catch you later.